Hi, I'm Sue Claditis, and my topic is the co-culture of a military spouse. I have some firsthand knowledge of what it's like being married to a Marine. My husband was in the Marine Corps for 17 years, um, deployed 3 times, and he got out in April of 2014. First I want to talk about a quote from Chesty Puller, who was a highly decorated Marine from World War I. He said, "Son, when the Marine Corps wants you to have a wife, you'll be issued one." He was referring to a request from a junior enlisted Marine regarding leave time to see his wife over the weekend. His wife, not his girlfriend. Times may have changed slightly since Chesty Puller shared that bit of wisdom, but the sentiment is the same. Throughout life as a Marine Corps spouse, you might feel like you're playing second string. This is true. My husband was gone a lot, training, getting ready for deployments, duty, so he had to spend the night a lot of times away from home, just with the Marines that he was in charge of. Yeah, being married to a military member is a special kind of honor, and despite its understandable challenges, a military marriage benefits the spouse, the service member, and the rest of the family in several ways. The life of a military wife may seem like a hard one, and in most instances, this is true. Being married to a man that is in the military is often seen as a very noble position. You have to be strong, you really do. Many military wives must uproot their families due to orders and move from place to place. These places may include overseas. Most women would not be able to handle this lifestyle, which is what makes military women so very special. Living the life of a military wife is certainly commendable as well as honored. Local communities often gather around families and military wives who have husbands that are deployed in our military. Making time pass quickly while their husbands are away is the overall goal. So basically, find something that's going to keep you busy, make friends, get involved in the community. There are some important things to remember while you are married to a military member. Don't give up. You have to stay strong. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. You will have time with your spouse. So I had to, he was gone and back and gone and back, and it took a while to get acclimated when he would come home. I'll talk more about that. Embrace your local community. It might not be the most ideal place to live, but every community has its hidden gems. Make your own traditions. Families could be thousands of miles away, so it's important to create traditions that are special to you and your spouse and family. Spend time volunteering in the local community. Volunteering at the local school on base is a great way to meet other wives and families that are going through the same thing. I did that. I volunteered at my daughter's school until she was in 8th grade, so it was really helpful. Know about and use the benefits offered to the military spouse. Use them when they are offered. There's a lot of benefits that exist to make life easier for a military spouse, and I'm very grateful that those do exist. Learn the lingo. Basically, this means that you should take time to understand what your military spouse is talking about. So, if there's so many acronyms and rank and all of that to understand. So make sure you take the time to know that. Ask other military spouses so you can know what he's potentially talking about. Sometimes you're like, what? What do those words mean? There's so many acronyms and slang terms to know. It's also important to know the ranks in the military branch. Understand the rank and what the chevrons are is important, because the last thing you want to do is embarrass yourself and, more importantly, your service member. Finally, one of the biggest challenges a spouse faces is deployment. There are emotional stages of deployment that every spouse goes through, and I've definitely gone through these. They are pre-deployment, so this is when you're feeling anxiety, anticipation, denial, mental and physical distance. So maybe you're fighting more. This is now he's deployed, so there's sadness, loneliness, overwhelmed with responsibilities. Sustainment, so now you have new routines established. You're making your own thing, you're independent, you're feeling confident. The redeployment, this is right before he's starting to come home. It's, you're feeling anticipation, excitement. What am I going to wear? How am I going to do my hair? Stuff like that. And then apprehension, you're kind of nervous. Post-deployment, honeymoon period. So when he comes home, you're like in a honeymoon period. You're figuring life out again. It's integration, negotiation of, who now you're going to do the dishes and I'm going to mow the lawn instead of I have to do it all. So now you're, getting back to normal life. So yeah, that's what it's like. I'm a proud Marine Corps wife. And my daughter and I are really proud of my husband. He'll be our hero forever. So Thanks for your time, and Semper Fi.